On today's video, I'm taking a look at this rangefinder, which might be the most technologically advanced. It's crazy because it's just so small. Look at it up against my hand. This is the Caddytalk Cube. I'm going to show you everything it can do, and it's a whole lot. Here out on courses, we play a few holes together. Let's get to work. Taking a look at the form factor of this, that is unique, isn't it? You've basically got this cube shape. Up top, you've got a power button. It also functions as a mode switching button alongside the actual mode button there at the bottom. I think that's perfect in terms of ergonomics, a thumb and a forefinger that you can work all the functions of this Caddytalk Cube. Now, from an industrial design perspective, this is a great feature. It doesn't pick up well on the camera, but in real life, you actually get the yardage displayed right here on a nice LCD. You've also got confirmation of what mode you're in. This has a number of modes, including 2 slope modes, as well as a caddy mode, which we're gonna cover just how cool those modes are and why they're so special. I've never seen it in any other rangefinder. This little tiny rangefinder can actually go up to 1,100 yards. I've got a pin way out there, about 500 plus on this par 5. Let's see if we can lock onto it and get a distance. We did. It's exactly 499. Now I want you to see something. We're on a par 5 here. There's the tee marker that tells you from this spot to the middle of the green is 500. And look at where the tee box is where I just hit that. That's pretty darn accurate for a very long way. All right, let me hit my shot and I'm gonna show you more about what this thing can do once you're out in the fairway. Hopefully not in the rough. Whoa. Nope, we're gonna be in the rough. So one reason this rangefinder is so accurate is because of the slope calculations. There's something called E-slope, and E-slope actually takes in environmental factors, including temperature, altitude, and humidity to create an extremely accurate slope function. Now, I'm out here in Florida, and there's not gonna be a lot of undulating hills or anything like that, but the environmental factors here in Florida are completely different than a place, let's say like Colorado, where you're gonna be at high altitude, but also the air is gonna be that much drier. I found this to be extremely, extremely accurate. I can still see the flag out there. Let's see what the Caddytalk tells us. 218. I don't think I can get there, especially since I have to go over these trees. But what we can do is hit a nice layup. My layup spot's about 80 yards. I want to hit about a 160 shot here. That's really all I need. So I'm gonna go 7-iron. Now there's actually 2 slope functions built into this rangefinder. We talked about the environmental slope. There's also magic slope, and that takes into account ballistics technology. And what ballistics technology does is it takes into account the trajectory of the shot, not just the elevation, but how that shot comes off the club. So for instance, if I'm hitting a 4-iron, my trajectory is going to be a lot lower than that 7-iron I just hit, or of course a pitching wedge. Well, the Caddytalk ballistic technology that they've built into their slope function takes all that into account, gives you a much more accurate number, much more accurate than other rangefinders out there. Really amazing, again, in such a small package. Now, one thing that's really cool about this rangefinder is the digital display. Unfortunately, it doesn't really show up on camera, but when I hit this flag, and I've got 88 yards, so we hit our layup number just about perfectly, it tells me 88 yards. There's a digital display there. It also tells me which function I'm using. All right, so that should be a pretty comfortable 54-degree wedge for me. Let's see if that distance is right. And let's see if I hit the right shot here. I think I hit about an 88-yard shot. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're pin high. We got to putt it birdie. So those are some pretty cool features, but there's actually a feature that no other rangefinder has that this one has, which I'll show you on the next hole after I hopefully make this birdie putt. Oh, I don't think I hit it. If I hit it, it was in. All right, we're heading to a par 4, and I'm gonna show you something pretty amazing. All right, so the coolest feature of this rangefinder is caddy mode. Today is a beautiful day, but just imagine that it rained heavily last night and the course has cart path only conditions. That happens a lot here in Tampa. We get such rainy summers sometimes, and it's cart path all summer long. What this rangefinder gives you the ability to do is actually triangulate your position. So my ball is right here on the right side of the fairway. Imagine we're in cart path only conditions. I don't want to lug a number of clubs out to the middle of the fairway. So what I can do is simply hit the mode button here at the bottom of this rangefinder, pop this into caddy mode. I can then hit my ball, which is 16 yards away from me, then hit the flagstick, which was 88 yards. And now I've got the calculation that I've got a 96-yard shot that I need to take. I'm gonna pull my sand wedge again, my trusty sand wedge. I don't have to lug out a bunch of different clubs. I just need to bring my one club that I need. All right, so here's my ball. I've got one club, so I hope this is the right club. I just want to verify it. Yep, I'm getting 95 yards. Oh, just a little left of the green. I think I had the right distance. All right, now another interesting thing about this rangefinder, it doesn't take your regular CR2 battery. It actually has a built-in onboard battery. Now, I've had other rangefinders from Garmin and from some other companies that had a built-in battery, but the battery life's not so great. Well, Caddytalk promises 10,000 accuations. And what does that mean in real life? Well, if I play 18 holes of golf and I hit it 100 times, I can still get 100 rounds out of the Caddytalk Cube before I need to recharge the battery. That is really good battery life. It'll basically last you an entire season. When it comes to charging the battery, it also does that very quickly. It's a 3-hour charge to get it fully charged. So 3-hour charge, you should be able to last an entire season. That's pretty darn good. All right, perfectly pin high. I mean, that is absolutely perfection. Let's see if we can roll this one in from the fringe. Got to get it to the hole if you're going to make a birdie putt, which I did, but that's a par. Now, if you're thinking about purchasing a Caddytalk Cube, do not pay full price. I've actually got a discount code where you can save 15%. I'm going to put it down below, but it's Let's Play Through 15. It's already a really affordable price for the technology that it packs, but of course, why pay full price if you don't have to? So we talked about triangulation mode when it comes to cart path only, but that's not the only way you can use it. You could also use this to see how far you've got in terms of green to work with. So I'm going to measure the front of the green in caddy mode here. I'm getting 160. The back of the green, I'm getting 178. So we've got 18 yards of green. The triangulation is just such a helpful feature in so many different ways. So I've got 169 to this pin. I know I've got 18 yards from front to back. That means this one is towards the back. I've got 7-iron in hand. Let's see if we can hit a good shot. Oh my gosh, that's a good shot. Is it the distance? Well, front of the green. That was right on board though. Again, super cool function. Now let's see if we can make that birdie putt. All right, another crack at birdie. It's a little longer this time. We got about 20 feet up the hill. Did I get to the hole? Yes. Huh. My speed's getting better. One of these holes we're gonna make a birdie. Let's get to the last hole and we're gonna cover my pros and cons of the Caddytalk Cube. All right, so let's talk about what I love about this rangefinder. First of all, I love the form factor. It is just so small and it's so cool. It's kind of retro inspired with this really cube-like shape, well, at least rectangular shape. I love that it's very tactile. So in order to adjust focus, you've got this ring here that's very easy to move. The buttons are in basically a perfect placement. You've got the main button up top, you've got the mode button there down below. Of course, the triangulation feature has got to be the standout when it comes to technology, but a close second has to be that environmental mode where this thing automatically adjusts for the weather where you're at, as well as the altitude, elevation, all that good stuff. It's not the perfect rangefinder though, so let's talk about a couple ways this thing could improve. Now, we talked about the form factor and what I like about it, but on the flip side, it can be maybe a little bit tough to grip. It's kind of a little slippery, and a lot of other rangefinders have more of a resin type feel to them. It's just a little bit more grippy, so that's one way it could improve. The second way it could improve would be to actually add a magnet. This does not have a magnet. Now, that's partly due to the complicated electronics inside of this thing, but of course it'd be really nice to have a magnet. The last thing I'd say is while this is relatively water resistant, it's not waterproof, and there's other rangefinders on the market that are just a bit better in terms of handling a deluge or, you know, the type of tough conditions we sometimes face out on a golf course. But apart from that, I think this is nearly the perfect rangefinder, and it's always good that it's got room to improve. All right, we've got one more shot here. Let's see if we can knock one tight and get that elusive birdie that's escaped us all day. And I've got 140 on the button with my slope correction. That's gonna be, I think I can push a 9-iron and get us there. And by the way, we talked about the amazing slope functions built into this, but a lot of people are going to ask me, can you turn those off? Yes, you can. And by turning off the slope function, you make this rangefinder tournament legal for any type of competition at your club or abroad. Here we go. Last shot. Let's knock it tight. 9-iron. Oh, that could be really good if it's the club. That's coming right down the smokestack. Yeah. All right, we've got a great crack at birdie here to end it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the reviews we do here on Let's Play Through. And if you got any questions, leave it down in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any questions you've got about this or any of the technology that we review here on Let's Play Through. I've got 6.5 feet here for birdie. This would be a great way to end it. It wasn't meant to be, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I've got the discount code down there. You save 15% if you're going to buy one of these things. I'll catch you back here next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.